In many ways, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi, was the Star Wars movie that I have always wanted. And I think it gets a bad rep. But I think the reason is sort of the same reason that everything I love gets a bad rep from some fans, and that's because people are taking different things and different messages from the things we enjoy. They analyze them in different ways. So I want to go over some of the reasons I think that it's pretty unjust, the reputation that The Last Jedi's gotten. Things that I liked about it. I'm not necessarily trying to change any minds, but maybe I could give people some new stuff to think about. Because I've had conversations about the same thing with the prequel trilogy. That's something I might cover in the future. I'm not saying I love the prequels, but I think there's a lot of good in them that gets overlooked because people are so mad about it and quick to judgment. So let's talk about what worked for me in The Last Jedi. The biggest complaint I seem to hear from people is that they ruined Luke Skywalker. And the thing is, I don't see that at all. So let's go over the ways that they say that Luke Skywalker's ruined. Number one, Luke Skywalker, when he was running his little Jedi Academy, he considered killing Kylo Ren, right? Now, number one, if you actually watch the movie, he says he considered it for a brief second. And then, he considered himself a failure for even considering it, right? That Kylo Ren even knew about it was a misunderstanding. But it's not something he's proud of even thinking. And it's understandable that he would think it. Imagine the 30 years of death and destruction that Darth Vader wreaked on the galaxy. Luke Skywalker sees that exact same threat in his nephew. And Luke Skywalker, when it was Darth Vader, was powerless to do anything about it before. Then he sees that he has the chance. And he considers it for just a split second. I don't know what about that is out of character for Luke Skywalker. Luke has always flirted with the dark side since the Force has been a part of his story. Luke has been an emotional child who struggled to keep it under control, just like his dad was. The difference was Luke won in the end. But did he really? Luke stayed on the light and tried to bring Darth Vader back to the light, but he didn't defeat the Emperor. In fact, he only survived this fight with Darth Vader because he lost emotional control. Look at the way he was hacking at Vader until he finally took his robot hand off. Right? That's Luke Skywalker. And Luke makes the point too, that he was the kid who saved the galaxy and the very last heir to the Jedi Order. So he had huge swinging balls as far as he was concerned. It was hubris that helped lead to that downfall. And that's a big fucking deal, okay? Because the hubris of the Jedi Order is what led to their fall. From a storytelling perspective, it makes perfect sense for Luke to try and revive the Jedi traditions, to fail in the same way they did, and to see that there needs to be a better way. And that's what he thought he was doing by retreating, by rejecting the Jedi Temple, right? He's upkeeping for the sake of history, but he's cut himself off from the Force because that's the better way that he sees. If he doesn't mess with the Force and allows the Jedi to go extinct, then the havoc that they have wreaked on the galaxy can never happen again. And that I mean the Clone Wars and the birth of the Empire itself. That's a failure of the Jedi Order, right? And no one gets on Yoda's nuts all the fucking time about, like, literally talking to Darth Sidious, the heir to the Sith, in his office right after he's done a bunch of shady shit. And everyone still loves Yoda. But Luke Skywalker decides that he can't participate because his own humility wasn't strong enough. And that's bad? That's not. That's exactly the kind of stuff that Yoda was trying to get through to him in the swamp. Stuff that he struggled to understand because he left early due to his emotional commitments. Luke Skywalker was perfectly in character from what we've seen, right? And then, just like Luke Skywalker, he came back at the end to save the day. And what did he do to save the day? He used the Force exactly like he's supposed to, exactly like he was unable to do before. So yeah, he has grown. He has become a true Jedi Master because the Force isn't supposed to be used for attack. It's supposed to be used for knowledge and defense. He doesn't show up to fuck up Kylo Ren. He shows up to defend the Resistance so they can get away, be safe, and return to fight another day. Luke Skywalker uses the Force the way the Jedi have claimed they always wanted to, and the way that we have never seen them use it up to now. He is maybe the true embodiment of the Jedi ideal in that moment. Alright? And that's why I think there's a disconnect here between what I want out of Star Wars and what some other fans want out of Star Wars. It seems like there are a lot of people who just totally ignore all the philosophy that underpins all of the Jedi, right? And that's a shame because there's a lot of things like ethicism, a lot of low-level theology in there, and a lot on how we should treat other people. When you really think about the Jedi Order, right? It's all about compassion, and what Anakin says when Padme asks if love is forbidden. He says that, we should true love, the love that we should have for all beings, is encouraged, not forbidden, right? That kind of compassion and empathy is what the Jedi should strive for. And there are a lot of fans who think that it should be about swinging in through a window with a lightsaber and hacking down all the bad guys, who are also super cool and 100% competent. And things like Boba Fett being the greatest bounty hunter in the world, being unable to accept that in canon, all he's really accomplished is sucking and dying. That's what he excels at. So, I have more to say on The Last Jedi. We'll pick this up on our next video update, or because I'm a little bit riled up about talking about it, might even have some extra updates that are off schedule. So make sure that you hit the bell notification icon to get made aware of any new videos that post. But I'm definitely going to continue talking about The Last Jedi. I have a lot more to say. And just starting off on the Luke Skywalker one right now. But I want to get into more Rose. Rose is a big thing that's been complained about for very stupid reasons. As well as Holdo, her decision to include a pilot that she doesn't know in on her plans. There's a lot to talk about, okay? I did notes for this. The reason that the media critique portion of my Touchbone videos has taken so long to start is because I was doing note cards like I usually do. Whenever I do a video, I fill out note cards to make bullet points for what I want to talk about. And then I remember those bullet points as I'm talking. So I make sure I hit everything, right? And it's not exactly a rehearsal, but I go over out loud everything I want to talk about. And when I was doing it for The Last Jedi, I had about an hour and 20 minutes of stuff I wanted to talk about. I'm not going to include an hour and 20 minutes in one video update for everybody to watch. That would be absurd. So we're going to cut this one short talking about Luke. When we come back, I'll pick up and we'll do a few more updates on this. If you like what I have to say, go ahead and subscribe, like, share, tell other people about it so they can do the same. If you want to be informed of new video updates, go ahead and hit the bell icon on YouTube. If you like the Facebook page, you'll also get informed because I post all of the updates there as well. And then if you want to support me in a more financial way, you can always go over to the Patreon site. It's patreon.com/touchbone. There you can become a subscriber, get some exclusives, as well as having access to everything I'm writing while I'm writing it. You get access to the Google working document where I keep everything I'm working on. So I want you guys to have a great Wednesday, a great Halloween. It is Halloween. It's one of the reasons my face isn't being shown is because I'm a little embarrassed by its beardlessness right now. I have a child's face, but I shaved it for solidarity with my kids' costumes. So anyway, you guys have a great Halloween, a great Wednesday, a great rest of the week. I'll see you guys again on Friday as I continue the Adam Mason stories, which I will be, they're all going to be connected excerpts from the same story, but we'll see how many updates it takes to get through that. Anyway, I'll see you later. Thanks a lot, guys.